All right, guys, it was just announced in the least surprising news ever that Caleb Williams will be transferring to USC. He could have done it the second he went into the portal. It had been said numerous times the only reason he went to Oklahoma was because of Lincoln Riley. Now Lincoln Riley goes to USC. He brings Mario Williams with him, the stud receiver from Oklahoma. Not surprising at all, Caleb Williams ends up at USC. There were some rumors about Wisconsin maybe. A lot of that was just posturing. I think most of it was Caleb Williams trying to get some sort of better name, image, likeness deal. Guys, I gotta be honest with you. I hate name, image, likeness. I hate it so much. But I think Caleb Williams held out trying to get a better deal from USC. He ends up reuniting with Lincoln Riley. And Lincoln Riley, again, this is why you pay these head coaches this much money, because Lincoln Riley now, with the transfer portal, with the immediate eligibility, has completely rebuilt USC's roster. They've gotten about 14 guys on their roster from the transfer portal. That is why coaches are going to get paid more and more and more, because you can basically rebuild a program in one offseason. Lincoln Riley getting a superstar quarterback who has 2 years of eligibility left. Many people wondering why everyone's making such a big deal about Caleb Williams. The reason is because 2 years. He has 2 years. He was a true freshman, not a redshirt freshman. He can't be a one and done at USC. He's going to be the USC starting quarterback for 2 years, and that should really help turn their program around. Another big thing, or I don't even know if this is big, we already knew it was going to happen. Tom Brady officially announced his retirement on Instagram. The whole thing with Adam Schefter reporting it and then Brady saying, no, it's not true, I haven't made up my mind. Basically what happened there is Brady wanted to make this announcement by himself on social media. Schefter had, got wind of it, leaked that he was retiring. Brady got pissed and said, I don't know if I'm retiring. He was retiring this whole time. There's no way Schefter and ESPN would stand by, a story that Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback in NFL history, is retiring, and it be wrong. So they clearly had a source that was connected with Brady. I said this on Sunday. Brady got pissed. He didn't get to announce it by himself that he was retiring. So he said, you don't know I'm not retiring yet. We all knew he was retiring on Friday. I don't know why Brady got so pissed at Schefter. There were reports from, I think, CBS Sports that Brady was heavily leaning towards retiring on Friday. So he officially retires. I don't think there's you never want to say never, but it would be very surprising based on his age if he took a year off and then came back to the NFL. We've seen Brett Favre do it a few times, other guys, but that's when they retire at like 39 or 40 and then come back when they're like 42. Brady's already 44. I mean, clearly, I would say he's going out on top 100%. You finish second probably in MVP voting. You finish first in touchdown passes on the season. Unbelievable career. Anyone can say that. I don't want to get into that. So this, I guess, is a little disheartening. This is a screenshot going around Twitter and Instagram and stuff about the current ticket prices for the Super Bowl between the Bengals and Rams, and you've got nosebleeds costing over $6,000. You want to talk about adding travel to that, travel to LA, airlines, hotels, that's over $10K for a trip to sit in nosebleed seats for the Super Bowl. So I personally, I would have thought nosebleeds would be maybe $2,000. The fact that they're over $6K, I don't know if it's because, where it's at. And then the other big story, Jim Harbaugh is leaving Michigan. I think it's fair to say that at this point, Jim Harbaugh taking a second interview, the Vikings flying out Jim Harbaugh for a second interview on National Signing Day. If that doesn't tell you he's leaving, I don't know what will. Apparently, he contacted members of the Michigan staff, giving them, time off to look for potential other jobs. Jim Harbaugh, there were reports that Jim Harbaugh was calling around to other coaches to try and put together a coaching staff if he got an NFL job. Right now with Jim Harbaugh, it looks like it's come down to the Vikings or the Dolphins, and the Vikings flying him out for a second interview. It's clear they have significant interest, and this deal could get done tomorrow at some time after the second interview is complete. So Jim Harbaugh, again, very confusing. I really thought Jim Harbaugh would give it a few more years at Michigan. He has been there for 7 years. But you think you beat Ohio State, you get some momentum. I almost wonder if that demoralizing loss in the playoffs against Georgia really crushed Jim Harbaugh because that game was not competitive from the first quarter. But if you're a Michigan fan, Jim Harbaugh is completely screwing your program. On National Frickin' Signing Day, he's flying out to interview a second time with an NFL team. He wants back in the NFL bad. Again, it looks like it's down to Miami and Minnesota. I don't know if he's using Minnesota as leverage to try and get the Dolphins job. Which is a better job? I think definitely based on salary cap situation, I think the Dolphins are a better job. Again, a lot of that depends on how much you like Tua. But I do think the Dolphins, based on how much salary cap flexibility they currently have, and they do have a young quarterback, I would go and say they are a little bit more of an attractive job than the Minnesota Vikings. But Jim Harbaugh wants back in the NFL. Michigan stuck in between a rock and a hard place. Probably going to have to hire from within, hire some interim head coach. You really can't do a coaching search right now this late into the college football offseason when you're talking about all the stuff that already happened over a month ago with the coaching carousel with Lincoln Riley, Brian Kelly. That happened so long ago. Michigan is probably just going to have to go with some sort of, in-house hire. Maybe that works out, maybe that doesn't, and then they make their full coaching search next year if they need to. But overall for Michigan, losing Jim Harbaugh, he is a damn good football coach. It is a negative, and it's also just a negative in general. Your head coach is flying out to interview with an NFL team on the day of National Signing Day. So overall, we've got Caleb Williams to USC. We've got Tom Brady officially announcing on his Instagram his retirement, and we got Jim Harbaugh trending to the NFL. That is the big news going on right now, guys. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description. I'm, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.